this was a lot harder than I thought it would be. So I ended up just being grateful that something moved and kind of started to represent myself and my daughter. But you notice that there's eyes in the back of my head and not hers, and that I move more consistently than she does. So I thought, well, to kind of compensate for things not working out, I would develop a story to make that part of it happen.
This is about halfway there. What I really wanted was some rock'em sock'em robot action. So I wanted this egghead dude right here to spin around, and I wanted a big boxing glove to be consistently smacking him in the face. And I needed to build another gear like up here along this angle, and I was kind of in the middle of that, but ran out of time. So that's what I'll do.
Want to show your something?
Oh,
What?
okay, this is an Enigma box. In order to think outside the box, I had to think inside the box. So you turn a little gear on the outside here, it spins something that goes into the box. Now, everybody who's looking at this is going to have a different idea what's going on inside the box. All life's a mystery. Remember what Pandora did with her box? You want to open boxes and discover what's going on in those boxes. But this is the stuff that dreams are made of. And so each one of you is going to think, well, what's going on inside the box? Each one of you has your own art here, because each one of your imagination is different from everybody else's. So each one of you is going to put a different monster from the closet inside this little box here. Whatever is in the back of your mind is going to be here. So the whole idea was to challenge people to create their own art. And hopefully you've done that.
I'm calling that iron as revenge.
The what?
I still think it's revenge. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Very simple.
How about you?
Originally I was going to have an egg and the world popping out of the egg, and I mixed that, and now I've just got the moon orbiting the Earth.
Ah,
Nice.
Sort of. It's mostly like tetherball.
yay!
Yay!
That's awesome.
That's great.
Like Julie, I just wanted something to work.
He does.
It looks good. Yeah. Well, I was having two that were supposed to go up and down like this, and they don't unless I do that. That get a little spastic, but I said, I guess because they're hogs, razorbacks, so they're it just doesn't skin, don't know. Anyway, I was supposed to do that, and this one's not supposed to do anything, just sit there.
You have glued yourself to Ray beautifully.
Oh, yeah. We've got a spider web going here.
We didn't finish ours. We took on too big of a project like this. We didn't have enough time. But what we were building was what's called the central power station in the oil fields. And it can pump more than one well at one time. This main wheel turns, the two inside turn in opposite directions. And there's sucker rod, what we call it, comes out in the opposite directions, and it works like a seesaw, and it pumps up a dairy or a pumping unit on each side. And like I said, we got all the parts, but we didn't have time to put it together.
It seemed like you got the wheels turning in opposite directions though, right? That's pretty neat.
Really? So basically, my problem was is that I started with this bigger idea that I would make sort of like this gearbox, and then I would have different size wheels inside, and depending on where you move the gears, it would like hit different objects on the outside and make different noises. And the problem with that is that my idea or my mechanical abilities can't keep up or maintain an idea, and which is why I have exhibit people so they can build it if I'd say, hey, this is what I think would be really cool, they can
That
come
is
back.
wonderful, Andy.
And
That's
so the
same way I
feasibility
feel.
aspect of this is really out the window because my mechanical skills can't keep up with, you know, the feasibility. But anyways, I had a lot of fun trying to make it work in any case, and I ended up cutting up a lot of stuff and making a really big mess. And it was fun to try to figure out how to make this work. And I tried like having it on one side or both sides, and I realized that if you want to change the spokes, you can't do it on the same side because you can't have this unless you build a bigger box and move it back and then have different spokes come out the other way. So I ended up going on adjacent sides so that it would come out, and then I was going to build out here. But I needed like another 2 or 4 or 5 hours to actually make it come to fruition, you know. So anyways.
My first thought was that I didn't want to do just a round wheel on the inside, so I made kind of a flower shape to it. So I had to experiment with getting that to work. And then Sam came over at one point and said it made an interesting sound, so I put the cup in there and put some jingle bells to amplify that sound. And then I wanted to put a cover on it, and I put the cover on, and then that got in the way of the top wheel, so I cut it and made just slits. So that I didn't get in the way. That's it.
I wanted to make a series of musical notes that went up in sequence, which they do, and I'm going to pretend that I intended it to spin, which I didn't. Wait a minute. There we go.
I love that they actually make sound.
Yeah.
We're gonna see if you're gonna sing the do re mi, do re mi.
You don't want me to.
Let's check.
We've got a couple more.
Mine's called When Pigs Fly. I figure that's when it'll work when pigs fly. See, it's got the little teeth tail.
It was working earlier. Yeah.
There we go. He runs in circles.
All right, so my original concept was Swan Lake, and I'm getting there. But so I have my lead dancer, and this would have been the hunter, and there's going to be a little chorus of swan dancers behind her. But it was really more about the mechanism. So I had a lot of fun actually making the mechanism work. So I've got several. Well, except my string came undone. But I've got several axles in here, and I actually had to build a couple of pulleys and put a belt in between them to get them all to run in sequence. But it worked.